What's up guys, and welcome back to our ICW save in TEW 2013. We're at the first week of our TV show, so let's jump right in. As you can see, I've already booked everything, so I'm just going to jump straight into the show and I'll explain what I'm doing as we go. So, in our little pre-show segment, to debut one of our new signings in an extremely poor match, that's annoying. Trent defeats Lewis Gervin in 809 by pinfall. Lewis Gervin, I have plans for him, but I just, he was the guy to pick up a loss here, just to get Trent over a bit. His happy-go-lucky gimmick got an initial 71 rating. Basically, I made him happy-go-lucky, well, excluding that picture, but if you ever see Trent Seven wrestle, he looks like he's having the time of his life. He always looks really happy. He looks really pleased to be there. He's a lovely guy. I like him. So I thought I'd hire him. And in the first match on British terrestrial television in 30 years, by terrestrial TV I mean like for like non-UK people, that's like the main channels as it were, like the big channels, the ones that everyone gets. So in a match that had an average crowd reaction and some decent in-ring action, Joe Coffey defeats Liam Thompson in 806 by pinfall. I got a 40 D-. Alright for an opener. I think that'll boost our popularity if matches about that level. Just to build Joe Coffey up a bit, because I'm a big fan of his. And I've put Liam Thompson in it because Liam Thompson's a pretty good wrestler. And that would be quite a fun opening match. So we get our first segment with Grado. He's in the ring. He talks about how talented he is. That's probably not a character, but okay. When Red Lightning's music hits, he comes out. Red Lightning is the nefarious general manager of ICW, who is aligned with Grado and Jack Jester in a little triangular stable of power. So, the champions and the champion and the former champ and the GM are all in one group. So, they're pretty powerful. Red Lightning, fuck him. He's great. He's an amazing bad guy. I think he's great. And Grado calls to stop the music and announces that everything that Red Lightning has thrown, he has accomplished, and he will not be giving any more rematches to Drew Galloway or any other guy. This isn't how this was described to me. Then Red Lightning quotes Mick Foley at the end. Okay. The way this was worded in the description, I thought it was Red Lightning saying he's not going to wrestle, Grado can't wrestle Drew, which is what I wanted, so he's now going to wrestle Doug Williams instead. Basically saying, you had your chance at the CCC, even though you got screwed, he's not going to acknowledge that. He's going to be like, you had your chance, you failed Grado, no rematch, I'm evil, I'm Red Lightning, and I have chance about how much of an arse I am. He's great, I like Red Lightning, that's on the show. Then we had the other member of Red Lightning's stable against half the tag team champions. So in a match that had an average crowd reaction and some decent in-ring action, Jack Jester defeated Mark Coffey in 743 by pinfall. During the match we had Kid Fight come out and he distracted Mark Coffey. Kid Fight is a member of another stable. There are a lot of stables in ICW. There's kind of like a gang warfare kind of thing going on, which I quite like. Personally, I think that makes it more interesting. But yeah, so like Kid Fight's in the 55, you've got Polo Promotions, who Mark Coffey's in, you've got the Black Label that Jack Jester's in, so all these kind of interlocking rivalries. This is why I'm glad I don't have to have storylines on, because I can do interlocking rivalries without having to put everyone into every storyline, because that's oftentimes quite difficult to do in the game. The crowd weren't happy to see Mark Coffey wrestle. That annoys me because Polo Promotions people like them. I like Polo Promotions anyway. Got 38. Then Drew Galloway's in the ring. He's going to come out and cut a promo and be like, up yours, Grado. But all of a sudden, outrun the entirety of the New Age Clique. And they beat the crap out of Drew. And where is this going? Dun dun dun. I got 46 by the way. That's quite good. When the leader of the New Age Clique... Wait a minute. Chris Renfrew, well, he's in the ring, but you know what I mean? He is, I'd say edit that, cashing in his Square Go contract and challenging Drew for the championship right now. Got a 67. Oh, well done, Chris Renfrew. That's good for you, because you're a mid-carder for some reason. The game refuses to put you high up the card, even before you are. Basically, the Square Go, it's kind of like a Money in the Bank style thing, except it's held every January, and it's the winner of a a modified Royal Rumble wins the contract, and you can cash it in whenever you want, Money in the Bank style. You can cash it in advance and be like, oh, I'm gonna, main event the next Fear and Loathing, or you can go lol surprise and smash him in the head. Which is what we've got here. So then in our next match, in our first world title match on TV, they've had great heat and good action. Drew defeats Chris Renfrew by pinfall by Future Shock DDT, making defense, well, it's not number 2, but in game number 2 of his world heavyweight title. I got a 58 C-. Not bad, especially because Chris Renfrew is just a mid-carder at this point. The announcing quality wasn't up to the match. Okay, that's interesting to know. We might need to look into that. Yeah, basically, with having a heel champion, I didn't have any plans for Renfrew in the briefcase. Even though I like Renfrew, and also he's down in mid-card, so I think it is the same sort of thing as the Money in the Bank where you have to use it within the year. So I'd have a month to make him a main eventer, and that wasn't going to happen. So I just wanted to quickly get it off his hands. I might do something with Renfrew down the line. I probably have ideas for Renfrew, actually. But at the moment, I was just getting rid of that briefcase. Mikey Whiplash, he gets a promo on Marty Scurll. If you remember at Fear and Loathing, Marty jumped Mikey Whiplash after he won the big 6-man cage. So Whiplash is all like, "Oi, Marty, with your silly umbrella, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you." Marty Scurll comes out with an umbrella. By the way, I feel like I need to explain that. If you've never seen him, you'll be like, why, what is he talking about? He comes out with like an umbrella. And he'll be like, "I'm the only real villain in ICW. Yeah." And he doesn't do a big cheesy point to camera like I did. I keep forgetting I do. I keep doing like all these hand gestures and I'm not on camera, and I don't know why. But let's not think about that too much. I got 56, so 56 C-. That's not bad actually, because Mikey's just an upper mid-carder at this point. And about that had a good crowd and good action. Grado defeated Doug Williams in 11:36 by pinfall. Basically, want to keep Grado. Gotta keep Grado strong. The massive Doug. Grado. Oh my god, the massive Doug. That's terrible. I need to write that down. But yeah, the massive Doug Grado. He's gonna, he probably won with a spear or the Superman punch. Oh my god, if Grado did the Superman punch, that would be amazing. I want him to do that in a match now. It'll probably end up happening someday too, because Grado does a lot of WWE moves. For those that aren't really familiar with him, I describe Grado as like, Grado's got kind of like an everyman kind of thing going on, and he's kind of like your mate from when you were in school who was like, "I'm gonna be a wrestler one day," and you're like, "Aye mate, sure, whatever." Except Grado actually is. Yeah, Grado actually became that guy. It's awesome. I love Grado. He's a cool guy. And then what's our rating? A 55 C-. There are no specific comments to be made about this show. Of course, we're only on TV in Scotland, so we need to get quite a high rating to boost up our ratings. I think that's probably above our popularity in Scotland. So what did well on this show? Chris Renfrew's cash-in was actually the highest rated segment. Then Drew's match for Renfrew. The Whiplash promo. Okay, so not a bad show overall. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode of ICW. If, as I'm going through, if, like, between now and the next episode, I've mentioned stuff, and you guys want me to explain it, because, I know the facts, so I sort of assume everyone does, so if I start talking about something and then never explain it, please let me know in the comments, and I'll, explain it in the next episode, because, not everyone's as familiar with the product as I am. In fact, probably a lot of you might not even have watched an ICW show, and if you want to watch one, you can go and subscribe to ICW On Demand. I'm going to be the best corporate shill someday. My god. I believe it's only $5.99 in American dollars. I don't know. I can't mind how much it is in pounds, because it's in American dollars. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, give it a like. If you want to see all the other stuff I do, you can hit subscribe and see all the wonderful videos I do. There's going to be a lot of Rogue Legacy, because I'm super into that game now. It's really good. And I'll see you in the next one.